Professor. This is my presentation on our final project for the class. As you already saw, my name is Judah Marks. I'm a second year Running Start student. I'm currently studying for my AA through the Running Start program at OC. Um, my plans after get my AA, I'm going to use it to transfer to a four-year university in Kirkland. And while I'm in Kirkland, I'm going to be pursuing or try to pursue a bachelor's in ministry or in pastoral studies. So a little bit about me. I'm 17 years old right now. In April, I'll be turning 18. I'm a senior in high school. I go to North Kitsap High School in Paulsville. Um, I go to Gateway Church in Paulsville as well, and I spend a lot of my time there. And in my free time, I just like hanging out with friends and family. Like I said, I like to go to youth group on Wednesdays and Mondays and Sundays. I'm there a lot. I like playing video games with some of my friends or just by myself. I'm currently trying to learn the guitar, but not the most consistent at it right now. And I like going for walks and hikes outdoors, whether that's just by myself or with other people. I just really like the outdoors. So a few values that are important to me and my life are humor, compassion, and love. I picked humor because sometimes I think people just get too caught up in work or in the government or all this kind of stuff, and I think a lot of our problems would be solved if we just take the time to just laugh a little bit and not take things too seriously. I chose compassion because it's something I wish I saw in my life more. Because I think compassion is just so important in our ability to relate with people and to really know people on a deeper level. And so I feel like for me specifically, in the degree that I'm trying to pursue, it's just really important that I'm able to really relate with people and meet them where they are. And lastly, I chose love because I think this is something that we don't value enough in society. And I think that, love covers, it's one of the most important things that we can do is just to love people um, and let them know that they're loved, even when they don't feel like they're worthy of it. So a few personal strengths of mine are perseverance, critical thinking, and problem solving. And so throughout the stories that I was writing, reflecting on past positive experiences, I really saw these three attributes sticking out. And so with perseverance, I think this might be because I'm sort of a perfectionist, but I always like to do the 110%. And so when I'm faced with a challenge, I like to push through to get it done. And with critical thinking, I think that perfectionism plays into it as well, because I don't like to just give the easy answer. I like to be more methodical and really think out what I'm going to say. And with problem solving, I think my perfectionism leans in here as well, because I like to come up with solutions that not everybody's going to think about. Come up with something that it really solves and satiates the issue at hand in a better way than other solutions might. So, as I previously mentioned, one career I'm thinking about entering is pastoral ministries, with an emphasis on youth ministries, because I think sometimes the youth are overlooked, and eventually they're going to be adults anyways. So, it's really important to reach them in this early stage in life because I feel like they need it the most. In Washington State, there's a growing number of these positions, and the average salary that I found was around $74,000. And some required education, it kind of varies depending on what church you're going to be trying to get a job at or where what kind of position you're trying to get. But it can range from a PhD, an MD, or a JD, and some may also require a master's. As I previously also mentioned, one of the long-term goals that I have currently is trying to learn the guitar. Um, and I've really been struggling with trying to commit to it. And so I came up with some goals to kind of help me really try to get it down. And so one of the things was to learn how to play it better is I wanted to learn all the chords and the progressions on the guitar because I feel like once I unlock all the fundamentals, it'll really help me be able to expand my knowledge and grow in my learning. I also wanted to learn new strumming patterns because there's a lot of songs that have unique patterns in the way you play it. And I think I'll be able to unlock a wide variety and plethora of songs if I'm able to learn new strumming patterns. And I also, thirdly, I want to learn new songs using these new chords. And part of that is through also maybe learning some sheet music or just playing it by ear. So to keep me accountable on these midterm goals and the long-term goal, I also developed some short-term goals to help me complete the midterm goals, which will help me complete the long-term goals. So for learning the progressions and the new chords, I wanted to just learn and practice one chord a week. It's just a simple thing of learning one chord a week. Um, and I also want to practice changing between chords for smoother transitions. Because it's one thing to know the chords, but being able to transfer between them is a whole nother level, and it's difficult. I wanted to try new patterns and tempos when strumming, whether that's just messing around and trying to figure out what works, or if it's actually sitting down and learning a new one. I'm not sure, but either way I think would work. And another one I added was watching others when they play, because I think there's a lot to learn but from watching how others who are more experienced in the field do it and how they play around on it. Um, I also want to learn new songs by playing them by ear. I think I mentioned that. And I wanted to also learn how to play songs off of sheet music and develop my music theory. Um, so, as I mentioned previously, the degree that I'm currently working towards is my AA. And once I finish out this year and get my AA and graduate, I'm planning to use that degree as a jumping off point to transfer to a university in Kirkland called Northwest University. Um, and so at the bottom here, you can just see a few of the classes that I've taken through my Running Start experience. And these are really just going to help to just kind of take out those baseline classes as I step into a more advanced college. Um, and so for financial planning, my goal is to get as many scholarships as I can this year so that when I do eventually transfer, there won't be as much money spent just trying to pay off tuition. And I'm also going to be getting a job while I'm in college so that I can pay off as much student debt as I can. So I won't have to worry about that as much after I graduate. So to finish up this presentation, I thought I'd add a quote that I enjoy. And the quote says, "There are far, far better things ahead than any we leave behind." And this quote is from C.S. Lewis. If you're not familiar with him, he was the author of the Chronicles of Narnia, as well as many other books. And I just really like the reminder this quote has about having hope for the future. Because I think sometimes we get stuck in the present, and it really weighs us down. But I think it's really good consolation to know that the best is yet to come. So I hope you enjoyed this presentation, and thank you for listening. And thank you for being an amazing teacher, and have a good one.